And
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Playoff game one now, history. Time for game two of this series here on 2K Sports. We're in the first round. Shaquille O'Neal is here, so is Kenny the Jet Smith. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Detroit Pistons going up against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. For the Heat, an ugly showing for them to start the series as they were beaten handily. Still, it's just one game, and they look to return to form here in game two. And after losing game one, Kenny, this is a critical game. I mean, it's a situation where their backs, as they say, are against the wall. Would you contend that they have to win this game?
Well, it would be probable, but only a handful of teams have dropped the first two games at home and gone on to win the series. However,
yours is one of them.
I was on a team that did it, so I can't say it's impossible, but it's highly unlikely to be that clutch.
Listen, Ernie, they have to play like there's no tomorrow. He
flailed at all the bright lights and flavor that Miami has to offer. Round one of the basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sideline. We've got the Detroit Pistons taking on Miami.
All right, ready to go?
You look at Miami. tough loss for them in game one. We'll see if they can rally back in front of their hometown crowd to tie the series.
And this virtually becomes a must-win after that loss in game one. You almost never see a team drop the first two at home.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, a moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. A bit ago, Stan Van Gundy and I were able to chat. He was clearly feeling good coming out of the locker room. They were so composed in that game one upset, and he's looking for more of the same today. He said, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but if we could ever go home 2-0, we will be extremely tough to beat. No doubt about that, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And that one misses. The Heat trail by 14. And Jack kicks to Stoudemire. Now Freak tries it from the top of the key. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they...
Jack passes to Smooth. Miami no good on that time either.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with on you.
Miami's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And the dunk by Winslow.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Pistons leading by 14. Drummond with a screen on Jack. Here's Udrich. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. To the paint. It's deflected. Outside Jack. The dish now to Winslow. Good ball movement here by Miami. And he gets it to go. No problem on the three from Smooth. Freak's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Drummond with a screen on Jack. Doubled by Smooth. Lets it go with the three. Good, and Jack gets the assist. 6 points for Freak.
Excellent ball movement there. Guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Detroit, no good that time either. Here's Miami now. They've got an 8-0 run. Now Udrich to the middle. Here's Mozgov. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters. But if they even approximate that, watch out.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's Detroit. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like I would have died to get in that locker room, you know. So I always have a moment just sitting around and, you know, just not taking things for granted and really taking everything in. And, you know, I couldn't have written the script any better.
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help, Greg, love for his attitude and ability to be, you know, in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
It's the NBA playoffs. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action here in this game 2. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. And it's Dang in at the 3 spot. So that's who Miami starts the second with.
Move the ball.
Jackson against Dragic. And it's Dang in the corner. They grab their own miss. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
That's his 3rd personal foul.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Detroit?
2.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnovers.
That free throw, no good. Morris is checked in for Tobias Harris. He hits the second from the line. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. There's the screen. Udrih dishes to Bargnani after the bitter loss on Saturday.
Yeah, the inability to make threes in that game because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
Outside Dragic. Whiteside a screen on Jackson. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. He got right to the cup using that screen. Whiteside's got 6.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And the first half is now in the books. Pistons lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Dwayne, a couple of quick questions for you. What's your attitude right now, and what do you think will be the team's focus for the second half?
Well, I mean, we just want the ball go up. We got to rebound the ball. We got to get in there as a team, all of us, and rebound the ball. You know, they crash the glass, all of them. But at the end of the day, it's about getting a win. We can play any style, and tonight we just want to figure out how to get a win.
Dwayne, thank you so much. Gentlemen, he likes when they mix it up.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball. Welcome back to the NBA playoffs as we get ready to continue with this round 1 matchup.
Excellent work. A nice, really nice quarter for Jackson. 9 points and 8 dimes.
Pistons leading by 6. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Caldwell. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And for the Heat, Smooth in at shooting guard. Johnson is out there with Stoudemire. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Winslow in at the small forward position.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you got to take it and make it.
And so it's Miami winning this one. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstating it. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at one game apiece.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwayne, nice job tonight. But when you look at the games ahead, what's your outlook on this series?
It's going to be a tough series. It's going to be one of these series that's going to go down to, who gets stops, who take care of the ball and who rebounds. So, it's going to be a tough series, and, but we up for the building.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
This series was in danger of getting away from them, but he just would not let it fall into a two-game hole. He pumped new life into the season by leading them tonight to even the series. This kid is woo-wee.
And that will wrap up this round one broadcast of the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. For Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson, and we'll see you again as the NBA playoffs continue.
Now I'm gonna go to Blacktop and practice.
Do you feel like if you stepped up your game more, this game wouldn't have been so close?
Do you feel like you stepped up your game more? This wouldn't have been so close.
I don't know where you're going with that question. I thought my game was on point and we won, so I don't think any of that really matters anyway. I'll take the W all day long.
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like?
Honest answer? No, I'm not. I feel like we're a better team when I have the ball in my hands because of the way I create. Simple as that. Give me the ball, and the wins will follow.
Well, it's no secret that you're approaching free agency. Are you going to give a hometown discount if they make an offer?
If they make an offer. Look, I don't know what games you've been watching this season, but I fully expect to have every opportunity to sign back here if that's what I feel is best for me and my family. Believe that. But we got a season to finish, so let's just move on, please.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And folks, you can feel the fierceness, the intensity of this series setting the tone prior to Game 3. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Detroit Pistons at their home, the Palace of Auburn Hills. Looking at the Pistons, they were unable to take Game 2 on the road, but the series continues. They look to get back in the win column again tonight. And after stealing one on the road, they've put themselves in the driver's seat. Shaq, how big is this home court advantage in the series right now?
It's big, Ernie. They're in a really good position if they win here tonight. This game is obviously not technically a must-win for either team, but it will certainly be a pivotal game when we look back at the series.
What kind of a game will it be?
Pivotal.
Pivotal.
I agree with you.
Pivotal.
I could not have said that better myself. How about you, Jet?
Man, I love pivotal games. It's just the series is tied up. Both teams want this game badly. And, you know, I think with the home team being here and their fans.
At the power forward position, 7 feet, number 9, Andrea Bargnani. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 5, Pentavious Cole.
The Detroit fans already in a fever pitch here inside the Palace of Auburn Hills. Welcome everyone to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. We're all tied at 1-1. If the first two games have been any indication, we should be in for a great series. This is Kevin Harlan along line. You look at Detroit. They managed to take one game on the road. Now the challenge to take care of business on their home court.
And, you know, anytime you're going on the road, the first two games, realistically, with where they stand, they've stolen home court advantage. Now they need this one. They got to get greedy.
Yeah, you know what? Despite getting the split, I still have them as the underdog in this series, Greg. I mean, it's a very good team they're up against, and they're just not going to lay down for them.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside, and it's Dragic in at the point. Now here's Dragic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Detroit with the rebound.
Well, look,